Okay, people, I was just sitting in my truck because I'm being unloaded right now. So a lot of people know when you're in trucking, you have a lot of free time on your hands. And, today I was just kind of thinking and reflecting on my journey as a truck driver. I started truck school June 27th. 2022, and I timed it so it could be my birthday's May 24th, so I timed it so it could be 1 month after my 42nd birthday. Fast forward to today, in a few months I'll be 46. So I'm actually I'm in my third year, headed towards my fourth year as a truck driver. Everyone knows I did Greyhound before that, 14 and a half years. And then I did local city for about a year, 3 months. So altogether, I'm approaching my 20th. It's hard for me to even believe it when I say it, but October will make my 20th year as a commercial driver. So today I was just kind of reflecting on everything, more so the trucks, because, at first when I quit Greyhound, I would always just talk about that. But, I'm a trucker now. I'm not a bus driver no more. I mean, I'll always be a bus driver at heart, so to speak. But, this is where God put me at currently in my life. And, I'm just really thankful for this job. I've had a lot of cool experiences, from truck school. I initially made friends with the class that I was in and then the class behind me. We initially kept up with each other the first year, but then it kind of fell off, except for me and a few people, and I don't even really talk to those people no more. But I still got love for people, because one thing about me, for if people know me, I'm a real person. If I ever invest my time in so-called being a friend, it's because I really love and care for that person. So even people I don't so-called deal with, I still care about them. That's the heart that God gave me. So but like I say, we don't keep up. But anyways, I did meet a lot of cool people. I think of the coolest thing is, believe it or not, up until I became a truck driver, even though I was a bus driver, I had never made it past I made it to Kansas City technically, and then one time I was on my way to Houston, but the bus broke down in Lafayette, Louisiana. So either way, still within the vicinity of the Mississippi, within the 2 to 3 hour range. But when I became a truck driver, my first trip was to Laredo, Texas, and then from there it was where was that? Somewhere in Colorado. Then we ended up in Salem, Oregon. My first time in California. So trucking, long story short, has been a tremendous blessing for me. By my second year, headed to the third, because I celebrated my 45th birthday in Hawaii. And I know people do it all the time. It's not a big deal for some people, but for me, I had never taken a vacation of that magnitude, because I had never, like I said, I was raised middle class, but we traveled, but we weren't taking those kind of trips. So for me to be able to do it really less than 3 years, because I wasn't even at my 3-year mark at that point, and already I had money where, I don't want to make it about money, but my first year in trucking, I was average. But year 2, I'm not on that account no more, but year 2, I had so much money, I was putting $1,000 in the glove department in my car. I was putting $1,000 in the truck. I was putting $1,000 in the bank. I was putting $1,000 in the stock market. That second year, I made so much money, I didn't even know what to do with it. I'm not lying when I say that. And I was on that account about 1.5 years, but unfortunately, they sold it to a different company. And the crazy part, well, I don't want to talk too much. I almost gave up. Because I don't like saying who I work for on YouTube. I'll do it on Facebook because it's my family, but YouTube I try not to. So I almost said something that would give my carrier up. But yeah, it's been a tremendous blessing. So, God has really blessed me in this business. I'm so glad I made the choice to try something different, because with bus driving, it's a beautiful thing. You're dealing with people, but I had just got to the point where I was like, if I got to drive this bus one more time, for a lot of different reasons. But so around 2017 is when I came up with the idea. See, people don't realize this about me. I'm a planner, okay? So in 2017, because I didn't change to truck until 2022. So that's what, 18, 19, 20, that's almost 5 years. People don't realize anything I do it with a plan. I don't never just do anything out the clear blue sky. I do my calculations, I do my prayers, all kind of stuff. I'm serious. I go through a mental process before I make, especially like a career change, or if I move somewhere, even certain friendships I form. If you see me do it tomorrow, I've been thinking about doing it a year minimum. That's just how my brain is. But no, I just wanted to kind of just be thankful. Thank God for my blessings. I've been safe so far. And I don't take safety for granted in this business. A lot of times you can. I don't think nobody plans for some of the things that can happen in this business, which I don't. When I'm driving, I don't like to speak about the A word that ends with a T. You guys know what it is. But I don't like speaking it out of my mouth when I'm actually on the road. But I don't take safe driving for granted. I don't take, anytime I get home, I'm like, yes, whew, I made it home. And not even so much because of me, but just everything that goes with being a truck driver. You're dealing with the citizens. You're dealing with truck stops. Some certain ones, they have unsavory elements that hang around. So you can never just take anything for granted. But I don't want to keep rambling. I just want to tell God, the Almighty. I don't like saying the word God. I like saying the Almighty. But I thank the Almighty for my blessings, keeping me safe, giving me the health to do this job, clarity of mind, allowing me to make form, I won't say friendships, but allow me to form associationships with people. I feel like I'm on my way. I always tell people, the bus, especially Greyhound, that was me doing what I wanted to do. The truck, especially when I get even more serious with it, because I got a few plans for the future. The bus was what I wanted to do. Trucking is what I need to do. Just because of the finances that you can still make if you're willing to make certain sacrifices, and you'll hear about that a little bit later, because I already have a couple things that will be changing pretty soon as far as my trucking journey. So stay tuned.